The Rockford IceHogs wrap up the month of March this evening, and they welcome in a familiar foe in the Milwaukee Admirals to BMO Harris Bank Center. Joseph Zakshevsky back with you for the IceHogs broadcast network presented by BMO Harris Bank and IceHog Warm-Up. And I'm joined by Assistant Coach Jared Nightingale for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging diagnosis of the game. Coach Nightingale, the IceHogs, 6-game point streak, playing some good hockey at a great time of the season, but a formidable opponent coming in Milwaukee, a team looking to kind of keep the IceHogs in the rearview mirror of the Central Division standings.
Yeah, we expect a desperate team. You see the standings, it's really tightening up, and we're excited it's in our building, and we're playing a team that's just right above us in the standings. We expect a playoff-style game, tight checking, really what we've seen the last, 5-6 games. So always games are tough with Milwaukee. We have to be sharp for sure.
IceHogs and Admirals getting together again. It's the 11th of 12 meetings between the two clubs, so not a whole lot left in the head-to-head series. Coach, we've heard it a couple times from the staff and the players of playing against desperate teams. What does that entail, and what do you expect to see from an Admirals team that is doing well? They're in third place in the Central Division, but just haven't been able to come up with some wins lately.
Yeah, like I said, it's just, we see them so much, and we know how close we are in the standings, and they're always competitive games, and you really have to play a full 60. Both teams have come back on each other, and it's kind of a never say die, quite characteristics for Milwaukee and for us. But yeah, tight checking, it's like that anytime this time of the year, and it's huge. It has playoff implications, but let's stay in the present. It's just another hockey game, and it's a great opportunity for us to keep rolling.
Staying in the present indeed, the IceHogs 6-game point streak, that is a season long, Coach. From your mindset, from your vantage point on that bench, what's been working well for the IceHogs to be able to string together points like this, especially games in a row?
I think our character, the leadership core we have, you think of Ryan Stanton and Garrett Mitchell, Curtis Gabriel, guys, we have a rotation right now. There's a lot of really good players that are, sitting out the odd game, and, I think a really good sign of this team and the way we're trending up is guys are keeping good attitudes, not sulking, and then when they get back in the lineup, they're having an impact. There's been a shuffling with injuries and forwards, but I think, coaching the defense, they've done a really good job, guys, not getting too down, keeping things in perspective, and all pulling on the same way in the same direction. It's a team game, so I think it's huge. The off-ice and our leadership core in the locker room has really been gelling.
The IceHogs also getting off to great starts here in this 6-game point streak as well, scoring the game-opening tally in all 6 games. Coach, at the beginning of the season and even in the doldrums around the holiday season coming into January, the Hogs chasing a lot of games from behind, giving up that early goal, trying to fight back, reset the contest. It seems like something's changed a little bit maybe to see it turn around and the IceHogs playing with confidence off the get-go.
Yeah, we see how tough it is against good teams when you fall behind, whether it's 1 or 2. It's tough. It does build resilience, and I think, we have grown a lot throughout of that. But when you can get off to an early lead, you get the other team chasing and playing on their heels. But, it's a process. I think it's really we've tried to seize the moment in those games and learn from it. It's good starts are always very, very crucial, especially in playoff-type games like this.
IceHogs also doing a good job of owning the middle of the ice, owning the neutral zone too. We've seen that against teams like Cleveland, Grand Rapids, Manitoba here recently. The Admirals, they play with speed. I know they've been without Rocco Grimaldi, their go-to guy, but they still got plenty of players that have a bit of a jump in their game. I'd imagine the IceHogs are going to try and again own the middle of the ice.
Yeah, we saw that. They came in here and they're just as effective without Grimaldi. Obviously, Grimaldi's one of the top players in the league, but they have depth. They have a ton of dangerous players, and they play hard together. There's a lot of pride in Milwaukee. They historically always have a competitive team. No different this year. They picked up, Biega's a really good AHL defenseman, veteran defenseman. Expect a hard checking game, and we have to match that.
And then diving really into the minutia of this one against the Milwaukee Admirals. Milwaukee, number 2 power play unit. The IceHogs, number 7 on the penalty kill. I'd imagine winning the special teams battle is going to be another focus. It has been the last couple of meetings between these two clubs. Whoever seems to get those power play goals or have a solid penalty kill wins the matchup. How big is that going to be tonight? Yeah,
it's big, especially in, these type games down the stretch. Special teams and goaltending, you always talk about that. But playing really good in our own end. We've seen them enough. Their power play is dangerous. Like I've said, it's an opportunity for us to create a spark and frustrate Milwaukee if we can, execute. But we got to really try not to go to the box 4 and 5 times a game. That's asking a lot, especially on our goaltenders. So disciplined game, but when special teams do come up, it's definitely going to be a huge factor.
Well, the IceHogs and Milwaukee Admirals right back at it this evening at BMO Harris Bank Center. Coach Nightingale, thank you.
Thank you.
Assistant Coach Jared Nightingale joining us for the four-city diagnostic imaging diagnosis of the game as the IceHogs and Admirals going toe-to-toe to wrap up the month of March here tonight at the BMO. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs Hockey on the Hogs Broadcast Network presented by BMO Harris Bank.